In a small village nestled among mountains, there lived a wise Zen master named Hiroshi. Known for his calm demeanor and profound insights, Hiroshi was often visited by villagers seeking advice on everything from daily life to matters of the heart. One day, a young man named Ren approached Hiroshi, his face etched with anger. "Master Hiroshi," Ren said, clenching his fists, "I have an enemy. He's insulted me publicly, humiliated me in front of the whole village. I want revenge. I want him to suffer." Hiroshi regarded Ren with a gentle smile and motioned for him to sit down. He poured them both tea, and after a moment of silence, he spoke. "Ren, there are indeed 4 ways to destroy an enemy. Would you like to hear them?" Ren's eyes lit up with anticipation. "Yes, master. Teach me." The first way: avoidance. Hiroshi took a sip of tea. The first way to destroy your enemy is through avoidance. You may think that to defeat him, you must engage with him directly, fight his fire with your own. But consider this: every time you react, every time you allow his actions to control your own, you give him power over you. Ren furrowed his brow. "But if I do nothing, doesn't that mean he's won?" Hiroshi shook his head. "True victory lies in freedom, Ren. By simply choosing to ignore his taunts, you rob him of the satisfaction of seeing you suffer. In time, his words will become like the wind, passing, inconsequential." Ren pondered this. He could feel the weight of his anger start to lift, but a desire for revenge still simmered within him. The second way: understanding. The second way, Hiroshi continued, is understanding. When we take the time to see life through the eyes of our enemy, we realize that they too are human, carrying their own wounds and fears. Often, their actions are a reflection of their inner suffering. Ren scoffed. "Why should I care about his suffering? He's the one who hurt me." Hiroshi nodded knowingly. "I understand, Ren, but consider this. What if his hurtful words were born from his own pain, his own insecurities? By understanding, you not only release yourself from anger, but you also gain compassion. Compassion dissolves hatred and transforms it into something greater." Ren fell silent, beginning to question his assumptions. Perhaps his enemy's cruelty had more to do with his own struggles than with anything Ren had done. The third way: kindness. Hiroshi placed his hand on Ren's shoulder. "The third way to destroy your enemy is through kindness." Ren's eyes widened. "Kindness? Toward him?" "Yes," Hiroshi said with a smile. "It is perhaps the most powerful method. By responding with kindness, you turn the tables. Your enemy will be forced to confront his own actions. When someone who expects anger receives compassion instead, it unsettles them, and it may even lead them to change." Ren sighed, wrestling with the idea. The thought of kindness toward his enemy felt uncomfortable, even absurd. But he had to admit, the idea intrigued him. What if kindness could indeed turn his enemy into a friend? The fourth way: letting go. Finally, Hiroshi spoke softly. "The fourth way, Ren, is to let go, to forgive. When you carry hatred, it's like carrying a hot coal, hoping it will burn your enemy, but all it does is burn you." Hiroshi took a deep breath and continued. "To let go does not mean you forget the harm that was done, nor does it mean you must welcome your enemy into your life. But by forgiving, you release yourself from the pain and the need for revenge. True freedom lies in letting go." Ren closed his eyes, feeling the truth of Hiroshi's words settle over him like a warm breeze. His heart, once filled with bitterness, felt a new sense of lightness, as if a heavy burden was being lifted. The lesson. After a long pause, Ren opened his eyes. "Thank you, Master Hiroshi. I came here seeking ways to destroy my enemy, but now I see that the real enemy was my own anger and hatred." Hiroshi nodded. "Indeed, Ren. The greatest battles are fought within. And the greatest victories are those in which we emerge from darkness into light. Ren returned to the village, his mind clear and his heart unburdened. He chose a path of peace, one step at a time. Over time, he noticed that his enemies' taunts held no power over him anymore. In fact, as he practiced kindness, even his enemy began to change, softening in his presence. And thus, by following Hiroshi's 4 ways, Ren discovered that the truest way to destroy an enemy was to turn him into a friend, or, at the very least, to find peace within himself.